So the real secret sauce in trading is not what you think, it's not what you've been told. And that's what we're going to talk about today is what is the real secret sauce in trading? If consistent profits is what you want, there is a secret to it. Seriously, and the secret being something that is not commonly known. And we're going to talk about that today. Now, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Brian McAboy. I'm founded Inside Out Trading, and I teach traders how to make your trading so predictable and reliable that you can quit your day job without fear. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I got a rather unconventional but very effective approach to successful trading and consistent profits. And today we're going to talk about really the key to if you want to have the trader lifestyle where, yeah, you have control over your life, you have financial security, you don't answer to anybody else. Yeah, trading is a pretty great way to go. So now you'll hear a whole lot of people out there, oh, yeah, I've got the secret to trading figured out. And a lot of people will sit there and say, it's getting the perfect entry. Here's the secret strategy. And yeah, I figured out this, I've cracked the code. And this is how I started with $10,000 this morning. And by lunchtime, I had $1 million in my account. All that nonsense. Or you got others who are sitting there saying, just focus on your psychology. It cracks me up. I watched this one guy. It was and great video. It was cool. It was the short videos on YouTube. And it was so funny because really, whoever did the production of the video did a nice job. Lots of special effects, good camera angles, and the emojis and all that kind of crap. And the guy's sitting there carrying on. I still, it blows me away. But the guy's sitting there saying, the reason you're struggling as a trader is you have a scarcity mindset. And I'm like, oh my God. And he actually proceeded, because I thought this is where he was going with. He's like, if you'll just adopt an abundance mindset, everything will just work out. Adopt an abundance mindset and you'll stop making all those mistakes. Adopt an abundance mindset and you won't have any more discipline problems. And it's like, oh my God, what the hell? And the guy carried on for 5 minutes about how just adopting an abundance mindset fixes everything in trading. Here's the thing. An abundance mindset, if you're in trading, if you're in a position to trade and you've got 25, 50, $100,000, $250,000 of your own money to trade, you probably don't have a problem with an abundance mindset or a scarcity mindset. You probably are okay with money. And so it's not that. And the whole, all of the stuff in a lot of the stuff that's in the psychology space where they say you must have some issue with money. Those are your relationship with money. Or, yes, you have a discipline problem, or you have an emotional control problem, or it's some mommy daddy issue. Mommy said something to you when you're 5 years old that screwed you up for trading. It's no. All that crap that there's something wrong with you as a person, you're somehow broken as a person is a bunch of garbage. It really is. I know, and I'm probably going to hear some pushback on, oh, but yeah, I did experience some trauma in my childhood. Of course you did. When we were children, all kinds of stuff was traumatic. We were children. We didn't know how to deal with it. But I guarantee you, if again you're in a position to trade, you have money to trade with, you've obviously overcome those issues, at least sufficiently. You're in a position to trade and function as an adult, right? If those were truly crippling issues, you wouldn't be in a position to trade. Simple fact. It's yeah, mommy said something to you that was traumatic, of course, but you got over it. If you hadn't gotten over it, you wouldn't be in a position to trade, but you are in a position to trade. So maybe, yeah, it did happen, but you got over it. It's not holding you back. Again, same with a lot of the other stuff as far as discipline problems, emotional control problems. So no, you're successful in other areas of your life. This is specific to trading. And this is why I really want to get this across to people. Trading is a skill-based occupation. This is professional level speculation here. And the thing is, it feels like entry level because there are no requirements to get started. Entry level job. Yeah, no previous requirements. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have a license. Don't have to pass a test. Show up. And if you can open an account, you can trade. Feels very entry level, but it's not. And so many people they get into this. I've been pretty successful elsewhere. I'll jump. This looks simple enough. I'll jump into it. And so you hear from everybody else, oh, don't just find a strategy and focus on your psychology. Sounds reasonable, right? But here's the thing. Focusing on your strategy, you do need to have a strategy. You can't just randomly trade and expect consistent results. Fair enough. So you need a strategy. But there are a lot of good strategies been around for decades and they work. People have been making money with them. I've got a handful of them. I didn't invent them. Again, been around for a long time and they work. Actually, it's hilarious. Did you know that there are like over 40 different strategies proven, been around for decades, literally, and people have made money with them. A lot of legends have been created with all the different strategies that there are. So it's not that there's some magic strategy or some just one magic strategy that works. There are lots of strategies that work. The trick, the secret sauce for trading is in the consistent execution. And it's not just discipline. That's the big misnomer, the big misdirection. You just focus on your discipline. So here's the thing. When we first get into trading, we think just I want to get profitable and then I'll figure out how to get consistent about it. But and that's backwards though. You have to focus on the consistency first. Here's a real simple truth, and you've probably experienced this yourself, but seriously, this is a writer downer. This is one you want to write down and keep on your computer if you're feeling all strategy hung up. You can take an average or mediocre trading strategy executed consistently will outperform and make more money than a great strategy executed inconsistently. That's a simple truth about trading. And so the secret sauce is in the consistent execution. Now, does it come down to discipline? Of course, you have to have a certain amount of discipline. You have to show up every day, just like any other job. You have to show up and do your thing. But if you're relying on discipline and you're fighting your emotions, that's a huge sign that you're missing something. Because here's the thing. If you're properly equipped for this job, your emotions are not going to flare up on you. They're not, just like any other job. Are you going to feel emotions? Of course you are, but they're not to the degree that they're interfering with you and causing you to make bad decisions. In any job, any professional level job requires certain knowledge base, certain skill sets to be successful at them. There are tons of jobs you can jump into them. Doesn't mean you're going to be successful at them. If you're going to be successful at them, there's a certain knowledge base you need, a certain range of skills, and there are certain sets of skills, plural, not just placing trades, certain sets of skills that are required to be good at that job. Trading is no exception. Now, if you're trading and your emotions are flaring up to the point that they're interfering with you making good decisions, that is a huge sign that you're missing something in your training or in your skills or your equipment or whatever, or it's a result of your bad experience with your trading so far. But the main thing is you're missing something, and here's what I'm talking about. If you're operating within your range of skills and your abilities to do something, you're operating within your comfort zones. Yes, you'll have good and bad experiences with things, but again, you're within your comfort zone, so your emotions are not going to flare up to a huge degree to the point that they're causing you to make bad judgment, bad decisions. If you're operating within your comfort zones, that means that you have the capabilities to deal with whatever's in front of you. If you're operating outside your comfort zones, by definition, you are in an emotionally charged state. You're outside your comfort zones. You're very uncomfortable. And that's what you need to address. So, if you're fighting your emotions and they're flaring up to the point that they're interfering with your ability to do what you need to do, it's not because you have some psychological issue. It's because you have some training issue, you're missing some skill, or some part of your system is broken and you don't have the skill to identify it and fix it. And so there's something that's missing that's causing you to be outside your comfort zones. That's why your emotions are flaring up on you. Your emotions are flaring up because you're not properly equipped to deal with whatever it is that's in front of you at the moment. Now, there are lots of different things. It's not always a technical challenge with the markets. Yes, sometimes it's a matter of being patient. Sometimes it's a matter of dealing with multiple winners. Sometimes it's a matter of dealing with multiple losers. It requires skill to deal with those situations. And again, if you're mentally equipped to deal with those situations because you've been trained properly, they're not going to be an issue. Might you experience some discomfort? Yes. But is it going to be discomfort to the point that you're making bad decisions that hurt you and cause you to do regrettable things? No. As long as you're properly equipped, everything's going to be within your comfort zones. And as long as you're within your comfort zones, it's fairly easy to keep a clear head and make good decisions. It's when you're operating outside your comfort zones, your emotions are going to flare up, and that's when you're going to be caused to do things that don't work. Now, it all comes back to consistency. Again, if you're properly trained, if you're properly equipped to deal with the challenges of trading, then the consistency part gets pretty easy. It does all come down to the training, though. How can I say this? Who am I to say this? As a quality manager, where I used to work in a $100 million manufacturing plant, it was my job to make sure that we got consistent performance out of all 183 people there. And as quality manager, one of my primary jobs was setting up the training so that we got consistent performance out of everybody doing things the right way over and over again across 183 people, 27 production lines, 7 different departments, month in and month out, month in and month out. And so it does come down to the training, making sure everybody has the proper skills, proper understanding, the proper knowledge base, and again, the proper training so that, yes, the execution becomes easy and everybody's operating within their comfort zones and everybody's doing things the right way, very naturally, very easily, without having to think about it real hard. They're not having to force themselves to do things the right way. They're not having to force the discipline and all that kind of stuff. So, no, properly trained, things happen the way they're supposed to happen by default. That becomes your default mode, doing things the right way. And that's really the cool thing about it. So if you'd like to have training, your trading be that way, where yeah, you're trading along, whatever happens in the markets, you deal with it in your default mode, your default responses are the right ones, where you're making money, you're avoiding the losses. Cool. That's how you make it work. But again, it all comes down to knowing how to achieve that consistency in the execution. That's what my quality assurance background and experience did for me and allowed me to get my trading working to where I could leave my day job without fear. And it's what I've been doing. And I've been living life on my terms ever since, 20 years now. And it's what I'm teaching other traders. And it's a skill set. And you can learn this. You're not broken as a person. You just are lacking something. You're missing something. There's a gap. And so this is what you want to fix in your trading. And I would love to help you. If you'd like to swing by InsideOutTrading.com, I've got some free resources there. I got the Trader's Guide to Emotional Management. I have some trainings. If you just want to book a call because you want somebody to talk to that probably understands, what you're dealing with and can offer you some real solutions on how to get past it, book a call with me. Let's get on a Zoom call like this. We can talk about what's holding you back, and get your trading where it's actually working. Here's the thing. Every month that you let this go by and you're still stuck in the same spot, it's costing you a ton of money. It really is. If you're trading a $50,000 account, you should be making $5,000 a month from that account. 10% is not unreasonable. Matter of fact, it's required by a lot of prop firms. And so if you're not making 10% from your account, that's what it's costing you to let these problems persist without fixing them. So don't let time pass. Book a call with me. Let's get on a call, identify what's holding you back, get the stuff fixed, get you on a good trading, profitable where it's fun, and it's the quality and contributing to your life the way you wanted to when you signed up for it. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give me a like down below, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Otherwise, we'll see you on the inside. Talk to you soon. Cheers.